Good morning, friends. We're back with Hope in the New Testament. We're looking at the idea of hope as it stems from what we look forward to. In this particular case, we're looking at Acts chapter 23, verse 6. Paul is standing on trial. He has been brought before the Jewish Sanhedrin, the ruling council, and also before the local centurion and commander of the garrison in Jerusalem. He is being held under protective custody by the Romans, which is kind of an irony in itself. And here he is, he's on trial before the ruling council, and he has pleaded to them his case before Jesus, that Jesus is Lord, and they're chasing him down. They want to rid the world of him, much like they had been trying to rid the world of the Christians earlier. But Paul, being a Christian now, has been fallen under their desire to kill and rid the world of what they deem to be a blasphemy. But Jesus was the fulfillment of all of what should have been their hopes, all of their prophecies. Paul cries out to them, the ruling council, and this is what he says in verse 6 of chapter 23. He says this: Then Paul, knowing that some of them were Sadducees and the others Pharisees, called out in the Sanhedrin, My brothers, I am a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee. I stand on trial because of my hope in the resurrection of the dead. In verse 7, when he had said this, a dispute broke out between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the assembly was divided. Well, the Pharisees and the Sadducees had this differing ideas. The Sadducees says there is no resurrection of the dead. There are no angels. There are no spirits. It is just what we see. They are human. They are right here. The Pharisees, on the other hand, say that yes, there is a resurrection of the dead, and there is angels. There are spirits, and the two are at odds theologically. And then they try and match that up with how they live out their life. Paul is a Pharisee. That's where his tradition, his training came from, and he sees this division. And he takes advantage of that situation to try and sway the group using their political alignments. I know I'm not going to say anything about that, but what we do see is Paul is putting his hope in what God has promised. If Jesus was not resurrected from the dead, we have no hope. If Jesus was not resurrected from the dead, there is no forgiveness of sins. There's no penalty that can be paid, and we are all lost without hope. But because Jesus rose from the dead, because Jesus rose from the grave, we have hope in the future. He is alive, and we are able to have hope in the future. And that is the hope that Paul is holding on to here, even in the midst of an actual trial. This is a little bit longer one. I hope you've bared with me and understand that even when things are really, really tough, like being on trial, if we hold to the truth and we hold to our hope in Jesus, he will stand by us. As we actually see later on in this chapter, Jesus does stand by Paul and gives him personal comfort. I hope you get personal comfort from the Lord as well. Have a great day.